Hi guys, it's Kelsey, and I'm making another video today. And I'm going to be talking about mental illness and my story and how I live with it. My other video deleted. I'm so mad. So I'm going to be making another video. I'll try and make it short and sweet. My last video was almost 30 minutes, so I'm going to try and wrap it up a little bit quicker. Um, but I'll try and get through everything. So basically, all of my issues started around 2014. Um, I feel like it all in high school. No, it started before that. So my issues started around when I was in high school. Um, I didn't start noticing um, my issues until around grade 10. Even in my earlier years, around grade 7, my parents got divorced. That didn't really affect me that much until later on in life. Um, but yeah, so basically in grade 10, I was very, very depressed and I couldn't even get out of bed in the morning. I would have severe insomnia and I wasn't eating. It was like I was walking around like a zombie. I was on autopilot and I would go to school and do the same thing every day and I would just be keep I would keep to myself. I wouldn't talk to anybody. I was so scared and it was the most terrifying experience in my life, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't have anybody. I couldn't even talk to my family, my friends. I thought I was alone. I just kept to myself. I'm quiet, and that's not like me. Like, my personality, I'm very loud and I'm happy all the time and I'm a jokester, and I was just the complete opposite, and it was not me. Um, so yeah, I was starting to worry, and they diagnosed me first with anxiety. So I was taking Cipralex, and that didn't really seem to do anything. I was taking that for a while, and then I stopped taking it, which is the worst thing that someone can do. The doctor didn't tell me to stop taking it. I just didn't think that it was helping me, so I stopped taking it. Never do that. Talk to your doctor before you stop your medication. That's the number one thing I regret. But anyway, I was experiencing a lot with drugs and drinking when I was that age in high school. So, um, my first ever hospitalization was in 2014, and it was from weed. And I had this very bad like trip, and it's kind of where I think my depersonalization and derealization started. When I smoked weed, it was a lot of weed. I smoked it from a bong. The bong was like this big, and I was with my cousin at the time, and I just had the worst trip ever, and I felt like I looked at myself and I wasn't real, and I just had the worst anxiety and I was freaking out, and I just thought I was dying. My heart was racing so fast. I didn't know where I was. I was screaming. It was like a manic episode, and I had no idea what a manic episode was. Um, like I had no I didn't even know what mental illness really was back then, because people didn't really talk about it, and it wasn't like people didn't really talk about it at all, um, whereas people do now. But anyway, I ended up going home that night. My mom didn't know what to do with me. She was freaking out. My family was freaking out. That was my first hospitalization, was in 2014, and it was from weed, and things were fine after that. But then near the end of the month, or near the end of the year in 2014, my grandpa passed away, and that was very, very hard on me, and I took it very hard, and it didn't really hit me until like a little bit after. Um, but yeah, I was also like, things were doing good up until that point, and I started to drink and do drugs around that time, and then I ended up going back into the hospital after that in 15, and just hospitalization after hospitalization. And I'm telling you, if you know someone that is experiencing mental illness, or like anyone that you know that has issues or problems, do not bring them to the St. Catharines General Hospital. Um, if you're in my area, or in Niagara at all, go to Grimsby, go to Hamilton, go to Toronto, drive the extra miles, and just do not go to that hospital. I mean, the way that they treat you in there is inhumane, and it's just not, it's not, they treat you like dirt in there, and it's disgusting. Like, I'm mentally, emotionally, and physically, I was, Mom, I'm trying to make a video! Sorry. Um, anyway, I'm literally mentally, physically, and emotionally, I was abused. And I'll never get those minutes and days and weeks and months back. And I spent months and months in hospital, and it's the worst thing someone could ever experience. And I wish that those places didn't even exist. I wish that wish mental illness didn't even exist. The way that I was treated and the way they treat people there every day, there's a section called PICU, Psychiatric Intensive Care Unit, and every time I'm hospitalized, I spend about a month in there, and being in there for a day for a normal human, no person could even last a day in there. You're watched constantly, 24/7. You're on camera. You can't even, like, you're in your room, you change, and they're watching you. You have to ask to go to the washroom and I was going to the washroom every 5 minutes, and they would get mad at me. I'd have to ask to go take a shower, and I'd have to ask if I was hungry and to get food. You get fed 3 times a day. You get snacks every once in a while. You're locked in there. I'm locked in there for months. I can't see the sun. I can't go outside for fresh air. I can't be a normal human, and they treat you like dirt and like an animal in there. And I just, thinking about PICU, like Psychiatric Intensive Care Unit, they're supposed to care for you in that unit. They're supposed to help you get better, and a few nurses in there were really helpful, and they were very nice, and they treated me like their own child. But there were more assholes than nice people in there, I swear. Like, I left covered in bruises and cuts and scrapes, and I almost broke my arm, and from how they treat you in there. And I could just go on and on about how they treated me. It's awful. I'll tell you some stories. So the one time I was in there, so they have padded rooms, like all of the PICU. There's B26, there's B25, there's B24, B23, and B22. There's 5 rooms all in the one hallway that are seclusion rooms. They're locked. I think they're all seclusion rooms where they have the locks on the door. But these 5 rooms specifically have the locks. I don't know if all of them have locks, but anyway, there's, I think, 3 rooms that have padded walls, or the one room, B23, that, thinking about that room just haunts me. B23 is the room that they always send me in whenever I'm having a manic episode or whenever I'm freaking out. It's a place you do not want to be in the hospital. It's the worst place that you could ever put somebody in. I wouldn't even, honestly, it makes me so angry how they treat you in there. But basically, there's those 5 sets of rooms, and when I'm first admitted in there, they lock you in B23. So that's basically a room that's has padded floors, padded walls. It's 4 walls, and they give you a mattress, just a mattress, no sheets, no pillow, no nothing. They basically strip you down to, they strip you naked, and they put this suicide dress on you, and you're not allowed any jewelry, nothing. You just have your mind, basically your mind and your voice, and they lock you in there for hours and hours. They don't feed you, they don't give you water, they don't let you go to the washroom. They throw in this container where, like, this pee jar, so if you have to go to the washroom, because people are locked in there for hours, like I'm locked in there for hours when I go in there, and then I'm screaming and carrying on, and then they leave you in there longer. So the only way to get out of that room is to sit down, shut up, don't say anything, and remain calm. But how can you remain calm in that situation? Like, if you're locked in a room with nothing but your thoughts and padded walls, and it's terrifying. Like, you're in a dark room by yourself, all you have is your thoughts, and you're thinking about everything, and you're thinking that you're dying, and you're just waiting patiently for a nurse to come save you, and you hear the jingle of the keys opening the door, and you think you're gonna get set free, but you don't. They just let you go into the washroom, and you use the washroom. I'm in that washroom for as long as I can. I'm washing my hair, I'm washing the puke off my arms and my face and on my legs, and I'm washing the blood off my knuckles from punching the wall so hard. I'm washing the period blood running down my legs, and I'm just washing my face, washing my hair, washing just the feel of water on my skin is just the best feeling in the world. And then they take you to the washroom, and they bring you back into that room, and you just don't know how long you're going to be left in there, um, and then you don't stop crying and screaming, and then they come in there and strap you down to the bed, and then they just shoot you up the butt, they shoot you on the butt with tranquilizers that are supposed to sedate you, but they do the complete opposite. They keep me wired. They do the complete opposite. Like, they're supposed to tranquilize you, they're supposed to make you sleep, but they wire me up more. They give me more energy, so I'm screaming more and singing loud, and I jumping around and punching walls and spitting and puking on myself and in my hair and rubbing it all over the walls, and trying to choke myself, and it's just, I'm trying not to cry, but it's just so hard thinking about all of this. And anyway, that's just one of the stories, one of the multiple stories that I have. Another story, I was locked in one of the rooms across from the nursing station, and I was strapped with like what they strap you to the bed with. I'm trying to think of the names. The restraints. They strap you with these teal blue restraints to the bed, which I'll never forget. I'll never forget what those restraints look like. They strap you to the bed with these restraints, and they're on your wrists, they're on your ankles, they're on your torso, they're on your shoulders, and it basically, all you can do is scream. They strap you. There's 10 security guards trying to strap you in. There's nurses drugging you up. And I remember this one time I was strapped to the bed, and I was in there for probably an hour screaming. I had to go to the washroom so bad, and they wouldn't come in, and they wouldn't let me go to the washroom until I was calm. And I was actually attached to IV for 3 days prior to this. I was on IV for 3 days, and that's because I was on the one medication that made my CK levels so high. My CK levels were at 13,000, and if your CK levels go to 14,000, you need dialysis, like your kidneys are failing. So basically, that med caused me to have almost kidney failure. So basically, I was on IV for 3 days while I was strapped in seclusion. My mom was waiting outside. She finally got into the room. It was 2 hours later, and I'm crying because I have to go to the washroom. There's a washroom in my room, but I can't even use it because I'm strapped to the bed. And I had to literally, I'm strapped like this. I had to literally I had to swing myself to the IV drip machine, and I finally grabbed the tube that's attached to me. I grabbed it and I swung it, and it fell on me, and I ripped the bag out so all the IV fluid fell on me. And then they came in and they fixed it. They didn't let me go to the washroom, they fixed it. So what do you think I did again? I did this exact same thing again. I probably did it 2 times. And they came in, set it back up, and I did it again. They finally, after 2 hours of me being strapped there, in my sweat, my tears, they finally let me go to the washroom. And by the time they even let me go to the washroom, I was so nervous, and I was so weak that I couldn't even go to the washroom. Like, I did eventually, but my body was in such shock and in such bad shape, and I just don't know how they can treat someone so poorly and so inhumanely. I don't even know if that's a word, but it blows my mind. And yeah, that's just another story of how you get treated in that hospital. But yeah, basically, I could just go on and on about all my hospitalizations, and I will get into some more stories in other videos, but I'm just trying to make this more short and sweet this time. So yeah, I definitely have the anxiety. I developed the depersonalization, derealization, and I live with it 24/7, and I think I always will have it no matter what. And people ask me, oh, how do you get better? What are things you do to make your DP, DR better? And honestly, it's a lot of work, but you have to get out and do your day and get out of bed even though you don't want to, and go for a 5-minute walk even if it's around the block. Call a friend, make plans, go out, try and do something in your day, not just lay in bed and feel sorry for yourself, because you're not going to get better. For me, I write in my journal every day. My memory is awful. With all the meds I've been on and with everything that I've been through, a lot of my mind is like, a lot of things I try to block out because I don't want to remember them. Like, I think I had PTSD from the hospital, so my mind tries to block out things, and a lot of memories are gone that I can't get back. Eventually they'll come back to me, but yeah, so I write down in my journal every day, and it helps me remember what I did during my day, because sometimes I don't even remember at the end of the day what I did in the morning, or what I ate in the morning, or what I did yesterday, and really helps. I also have been going to a group every Monday for the past like 2 years. It's an anxiety and depression group, and that helps me so much. I meet with the same people every week, and we just talk about our week, and we share how we're feeling, and they just give they give me feedback, and we just talk, and it's just like a check-in to see how you're doing. And then you read a little, we go through chapters of anxiety and depression, and then it's just a great class, and that really helps me. I find that the hospital groups don't really help. Just being in that hospital just triggers me so much. So I try to avoid the hospital as much as I can. Being in there so many times, it frightens me being back there. Even my doctor's appointments, going back to the hospital, walking down that hallway, going towards the mental health area, it's scarred me for life. Anyway, another thing that helps me, I sit in front of a happy light, which I use right now. Sitting in front of that for 15 minutes a day, especially this time of year. If you're from Niagara, if you're from Ontario, if you're from Canada, if you're from the north and it's really cold outside like this time of year, sitting in front of a nice bright light, or going away on vacation can help. Just going outside and just getting fresh air and being in the sun, and that really helps. I'm in need of a vacation right now, so I want to get away. Also, what helps me is talking to people, just talking to, even if it's somebody that I don't know that's going through the same thing as me. If it's someone on YouTube that I connect with, it's great. I love connecting with strangers, but just be careful online, because I'm watching Ted Bundy on Netflix, and you can't trust anybody. But anyway, so just talking to your friends and family helps a lot. Just don't be alone. Like, you're not alone in this. There's so many people that are going through this, and just know that I'm here, your family's there for you, your friends are there for you, you're not alone. Just stay strong. You can do this, and things are going to be okay in the end, and there are always people you can talk to. If you're scared to talk to me, or if you're scared to talk to your family, maybe talk to your doctor or a therapist or something like that. Just please don't hold it in. It's the worst thing you can do. I held my problems in for years and years, and I thought I was alone, but I'm not. And so yeah, I basically wanted to make this video again because I deleted the last one. I got more into detail with this video than the other video that I by accident deleted. But anyway, I just wanted to say what I just said. Tried to make it as short as possible, but yeah, I just wanted to make a video and tell you guys that I'm here for you, and you are not alone in this, and things get better, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'm gonna try and make videos every other day, and let me know in the comments below if you want a specific topic that I talk about, or if you want me to just stick with mental illness and my stories and stuff like that, or if you want me to do makeup or covers, song covers. Just let me know down below. Okay, bye guys, love you.